Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the 2014 Dascar Christmas Royals part number 2. We have our next entry on the racetrack, which is the 8th car of Sonic Course. We'll start immediately, not a lot of talking, we just want to get this thing started. We did part 1 2 days ago, and well, today it is time for part number 2. Sonic Course in her own designed paint scheme, well, sort of. I made a couple of things, but her ideas definitely are onto this, just like the Christmas lights on the side, the colors, and the Santa Claus on the hood. So ladies and gentlemen, the time is running, and we're on the way with 6 cars. So remember, 6 cars on the racetrack, how tight it can be. It can already be a wreck on lap number 1. Oh, and there we go! That is dumb. Was it Sean Howell who went off the racetrack? Already one driver out of this thing after just half a lap into this part. Sean Howell, what is he going to do? As it is still tight, very, very tight here up front. Oh, look for... That was close. Dump caps. Something I do have to mention, we have now decided what the person who will stay the longest in this thing eventually, after all, who has survived the most segments, what that person will get, and what the person also, another prize will be perfect eliminations. So Dom Caps, he has one perfect elimination for taking out Seth Cole yesterday in part 1. So and I'm not sure who turned Sean Hall around, but that person also gets 1 point for every perfect elimination. For taking out somebody else without taking out yourself, you get 1 point. Oh, there Sean Howell goes around below the line again, but he's already out, so it doesn't really matter. Still surprised that he saved it, because he went flying, I can tell you that. He went really flying. So lucky, very, very lucky indeed. Well, those people that will, with the perfect eliminations and with surviving the most segments, those people... Oh, I know this game, this song, okay. Those persons will be on the pole for the long endurance race of 3 hours. So, not that big of a prize, but still, I think they will... Ooh, somebody's blowing up, and it is the 6th car of Henry Cavanoke. And now he's out. Yes, that's of course also possible. Somebody blowing up, and Henry Cavanoke's Christmas Royals is also over. Because his car has let him down. And that's, of course, also possible. He had the last season as well, I think. So, a very, very tough break for Henry Cavanoke. While Anna Gregg is at the moment in lead, with Sonic Course right behind her. Then we got Hayden Jefferson, we got Dom Caps, and there's Sean Howell, but he's also out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got 27 seconds to go. Ooh, Dom Caps and Sean Howell almost got together over there. So, once again, only two drivers are already out. Without a crash. We only have had 1 crash so far in the Royals. 5 drivers are out. So, and now that would be 7 drivers. 5 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a look at the replays in a few moments. Before we'll have our next entry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. Let's take a look at the replays. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like the person who has been the longest in this thing, Anna Gregg, is the one who will also get a point for perfect elimination. There she turns around, the 60 car of Sean Howell. He goes below the yellow line there with all 4 tires, very clear to see. There, Anna Gregg, she survives it, she saves it. There Sean Howell goes flying, and I'm really surprised that he saved this thing over here. So, Sean Howell out of this thing is shame, unfortunate for him. Hasn't been that long in this thing. He was entry number 9. So, another few over here. Their contact is made, although it doesn't really seem like contact. And he gets on the racetrack again. So then Henry Cavanoke, he was the one who is out next. Because he blows up his engine. Let's take a look where it happened. It happened right over here. There's engine expires. Boom. Big plume of smoke coming out of that car. Now everybody else behind their heads up. And Henry Cavanoke is also out. So ladies and gentlemen, that's a shame for them. Already their Royals are over. So they survived part 1. Part 2, they don't come further than one segment, so that's the shame. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to welcome the next driver, which is the 18 car of Jane Pinter. Ladies and gentlemen, entry number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again over here. We welcome the 18 car of Jane Pinter to the show. He is entry number 12. So Jane Pinter, heartbreaker for him, well, personal issues with his girlfriend. And Rose Hammond, that is. Rose Hammond was indeed in the series as well. She has already been outed. That was her last race in Dascar, supposedly. So, there we go! And 3 drivers go off the racetrack. And it is Anna Gregg as well. Anna Gregg, Dom Caps, and Hayden Jefferson. And Anna Gregg, that is interesting. As we take a look, Sonic Horse is also with a lot of damage. She is also out. So, heartbreak for them. And it seems like, indeed, this time only Jane Pinter survives this thing. My goodness. Well, that is also possible. This is the second crash we've had. And already, well, 4 cars are out of the 5. So that means that when we have our next car, we'll only have 2 cars on the racetrack again. So we have to build up everything again. Ladies and gentlemen, a big crash over here. Let's take a look at the replays. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. 4 drivers of the 5 are out after this crash. And those 4 are indeed the 2 car of Anna Gregg, the 50 car of Dom Caps, and the 45 car of Hayden Jefferson. The 3 drivers who have survived the longest, and actually Sonic Horse is as well. So only driver to survive is the one who's new in this thing. So, also what we have to mention then, Anna Gregg in the 2 cars, she has survived 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 segments. So we're gonna write that down. Because, well, she is at the moment still the driver who has survived the most segments. But, well, if Jane Pinter is the till now the only one to can do that, but he has to survive till part 3 or something. I'm not sure exactly what segment, but we will see. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the replays. Hayden Jefferson, he cut down low. Anna Gregg turned him around. Not sure exactly what happened. Hayden Jefferson, there they take out Dom Caps, and Sonic Horse has a lot of damage, and that's why she made a pit stop. So not the smartest thing to do, of course. When you go off the racetrack, you are out, and then make a pit stop. But well, apparently she found that she had no choice. So there they go. Anna Gregg, Dom Caps. Dom Caps goes into the wall. Anna Gregg goes flipping over. Hayden Jefferson goes flipping over. Anna Gregg now barrel rolling. We're gonna get some onboards indeed in a few moments, because this big of a crash deserves an onboard. So there we go. Onboards over here. No, not yet. First, let's take a look at camera 2. Drivers go flying. Ouch. That was a pretty big lick though. So ladies and gentlemen, first let's go on board with the 2 car of Anna Gregg, and then we are going to do it a little bit slower. Then you can also see what happened. Look at this. Hayden Jefferson went high. I'm not sure if he made contact. I don't think so with Jane Pinter. But almost made contact. And Anna Gregg just comes a little bit too close. Maybe she wanted to brake, but then was already too late. And as soon as you're going like this, you are going to fly. And out. Airborne. Oh wow. They can really see this beautiful racetrack. And prepare for impact, because it's a hard one. Oh my. Barrel rolling. And now she's gonna hit the wall. Ouch. Now she's gonna barrel roll even more. Camera stays online. There's the sun. Beautiful sun. That maybe is one thing she can remember from this crash. Seeing the racetrack and seeing the sun. Oh, I get dizzy of this. And then of course, this was one of the entries. I'm surprised actually. I should have done it on board with Rose Hammond and with Eric Powers as well in the first part, but oh well. On board with 45, Hayden Jefferson. Whee! That's exactly what you can say. Oh. You flip. Oh, there's Anna Greg. Hello, Anna Greg. Okay, so next car we'll go on with the last one. It's Dom Caps in his Greep or Reaper car. I'm not sure what. Contact mate, and oh boy, he's thinking, oh, come on. Dom Caps. And into the wall. And there Anna Greg is flipping over. So ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 cars out of the race. Now, Sun, of course, she pulled on pit road, so she is also out of the race. 3 cars, by the way. So, this car over here, Jane Pinter, is the only one left. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome the next driver to the show, which is the 63 car. Very good friend of Jane Pinter and, as well, a Dascar president. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Michaels will be our next entry. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with our next entry, which is the 63 of Joshua Michaels. 63 Joshua Michaels is your Dascar Tridos Bank International Supercar Series. He owns the Philips Truck Series, although it is now called ING's Truck Series. It was something else. DSM Truck Series, that's what the name was. I started watching a race of that thing. I'm going to continue to do that throughout the holidays, so hopefully I can keep up now. So, Joshua Michaels and Jane Pinter on the racetrack. They are very good friends, so I'm pretty sure they won't cause any harm. Of course, Jane Pinter, when he does one of his Vredestein Nationwide Series races, Joshua Michaels is most of the time there, part of it as well, in the co-commentary booth. By the way, Counting Stars won the Republic on the radio. Top 2000, we're now at 747. So that is Counting Stars indeed. Good song, I really like One Republic. So also, after the last crash, it seems like it is true. Close racing over there. Nobody of part 1, who was in part 1, has survived it. So that's it. That's indeed why you don't want to be in part 1 and come out early. Everybody, you understand now why it is better to be as late as possible. So, well, plenty of drivers. Of course, you just have to be lucky as well. But race as hard as you can and try to survive for as long as you can. That's the reason why we have those other prizes. The perfect elimination. By the way, perfect elimination only if you wreck somebody else, or 2 or 3 cars. If you wreck more cars than 1, you get more points, of course. For every car, there's 1 point. Perfect elimination only if it is only perfect if you eliminate drivers without eliminating yourself. So that's the reason why last time there was no elimination points for Anna Greg, because she took herself out as well. So Dom Caps and Anna Greg, they are staying at 1. So unless a driver comes by and takes out 2 cars, then that person will climb up the ladder and will pass them both. Joshua Michaels in the number 63 car and Jane Pinter in the 18 car. Yeah, it's only 2 cars, so just race hard. Well, I think they are actually trying to, maybe Jane Pinter is trying to eliminate Joshua Michaels. I'm not sure. Not sure if Josh is very happy, would be very happy with that, but I don't think Jane really cares about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2 wide now, side by side they go. As we have 5 seconds to go, the next car will be also a former Dascar president, and of course your Utica Home Track Series president, John Cittadino, will be on track next as entry number 14. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with entry number 14, the 72 car of John Cittadino, your Utica Home Track Series president. I should really repair my microphone, I'm gonna do that in a few moments. The Utica Home Track Series president, and also former Dascar, I'm not sure, what was the series called again? I'm not really sure. But also, Road Racing Challenge Cup was of John Cittadino. And I completely forgot about it, sorry. Oh, there was something with the lights as well, but will be fine. So 3 former Dascar presidents on the racetrack. Interesting, 3 drivers who had reserved spots: Jane Pinter, Joshua Michaels and John Cittadino, because they were or our former, or our Dascar president, while John, of course, is not anymore, but he is Utica Home Track Series president. And there's somehow, I'm not sure, there's not an official lines between the two series, but there is, well, we all feel very part of the Utica Home Track Series. Shame, though, that John Cialdino is so busy, so there aren't that many races coming out. I think there hasn't been a race for the last 2 or 3 months, maybe even. So, but of course, I can understand his situation. I'm pretty much in the same situation, although I have a little bit more time. So, yet, or still, I should say, because it might not be for long. So, 3 cars on the racetrack. What is the chance, once again, of 3 cars wrecking? Well, not very, very big. But of course, you never know. What is going to happen? We've seen wrecks with 4 cars, we've seen a wreck with 5 cars, but no wreck with 6 cars, which is also very surprising. So a wreck with 3 cars is also possible, of course. But these 3 drivers, they know each other well, they know each other's driving styles, they know what they want, they know what they all like to do. And I don't think these 3 drivers will be trying to wreck each other. Although you never know what John Cialdino, of course, his plans are. John Papercut Cialdino, he doesn't want to be called that way anymore. So it's now, I thought of that myself. He thought of John Iron Cage Cialdino or something. I thought of John Cage the Cialdino. So of course, Cage the elephant, Cage the Dino. That's why. So yeah. John Cialdino. Here comes Joshua Michael to the inside. And Joshua Michael, and they're just switching positions. With 26 seconds to go, that's of course what you can do. Just wait till more cars are on the racetrack. And maybe they are going to try to eliminate the next driver, which is not really a part of this friend group, I think. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. But also part of Phillips Cup Series. Ooh, beautiful song, Christina Aguilera. So, ladies and gentlemen, with 5 seconds to go, we are going to welcome the next driver, which is the number 64 car of Justin Yee, part of Sinclair Racing family. Ladies and gentlemen, entry number 15. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with the 64 car of Justin Yee on the racetrack. Sinclair Family Racing, both cars are actually in this part, so teammate Ice Sinclair coming in a few moments, but now it is the 64 Justin Yee on the racetrack, the only, pretty much I think the only successful driver of that racing team so far in the Phillips Cup Series and the Gold Super Speedway Series. He has both won the race. So, and now mixing it up with some Dascar presidents, I'm curious what he thinks of that. But well, he will survive it, I hope for him. Of course, you never know what's going to happen. 4 cars on the racetrack with John Cialdino cutting right in front of him. 64. So, indeed, 4 cars on the racetrack. We are not sure what is going to happen. We have seen a wreck with 4 cars and we have seen a wreck with 5 cars. So maybe they are going to wait for some more cars to come on the racetrack and then take all of them out once again. Or maybe they're just going to say, well, let's eliminate a couple of drivers over here. But at least John Cialdino is thinking, well, you guys decide what you are going to do. I'm going to try to run away. Which is not really working. Well, it works a little bit at the moment. Josh is hanging in the back over there in the 63 car. And pretty much Jane Pinter and Justin Yee are battling it out. Also notice, John, Jane, Justin, and Josh. 4 names with a J over here. And this is indeed the reason why I keep mixing up those names, because there are a zillion people somehow whose names start with a J. But I gotta say, it isn't that... this is a great song. It isn't that... there aren't that many names this time in this in the Royals and the Christmas specials. So that's a good thing. Actually, this song I meant is a great one. So Jane Pinter has gone by Justin Yee. With less than a minute to go, still the 4 cars are in a line. So, yeah, not really sure what I think they're just trying to be conservative. They realize, well, you know, everybody from part 1 is out. So maybe if we take a little bit easier, we can make something happen and we can try to reach part 3. But of course, it is so much easier said than done. Some drivers think that way, others they think like, you know what, we're gonna try to eliminate drivers before they eliminate me. And that is also a smart thing, because, well, indeed there are a lot of drivers who try to eliminate others. I mean, like, look at, we already have 11 drivers out of this thing, so 10 seconds to go. Jay Pinter on the rear bumper, and they are out. They are both out. Joshua Michaels is also out. 3 drivers are out, and Jay Pinter is almost going on his roof. Jay Pinter is flipping over on the backstretch on his roof as the time is up with less than 10 seconds to go. 3 drivers are out, and Jay Pinter is the one who caused everything. Jay Pinter has taken out both himself, Joshua Michaels, and Justin Yee. My goodness. And John Ciudina, the lucky man up front. What in the world happened over here? This is absolutely insane. We're gonna take a look, ladies and gentlemen. With the time being almost up, I mean, like, less than 10 seconds, and you know what, we'll take you to the replays. Holy crap. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. This is what I saw. And I saw James go to the left rear of Justin. I thought, oh no. And there they go. Both below the yellow line. At the also James Pinter is out at this moment, so, oh, wrong way. There James Pinter is. I'm not sure. Helicopter view. There you can see clearly below the yellow line. And you think, oh boy. And then 2 cars are out. Can it get worse? Yes, James Pinter loses control. Crashes straight into Joshua Michaels. There Joshua Michaels goes below the yellow line. And both himself and Joshua Michaels are out. And then for James Pinter to get Karma Police on him. Out of nowhere his car tumbles over on his side. Then he flips over. Oh, Snow Patrol. Right in front of Justin Yee. And he goes on his side. And now he's gonna tumble over. On his roof he will remain. And he will slide over the racetrack. On his roof. This is quite insane, I gotta say that. Jay Pinter sliding on his roof. See the sparks flying. And he's gonna go on the apron, and he's gonna tumble over a couple of more times. 2 times. So Jay Pinter, well, I'm not sure if this would be worth the onboards replay. I think so, actually. So first let's go and take a helicopter view. There's he. Elimination number 1. But he takes himself out, so he's not a perfect elimination. Elimination number 2. You think, oh heck, oh. And then eventually he ends up on his roof. And there he goes sliding. And you see the car, the bottom of the car is invisible, which is because my computer is not that great. So there he's tumbling over. So a big crash for Jay Pinter. He was the only one to actually crash in this thing, but he took out 2 other drivers. So it's time for a replay over here, an onboard replay. Only with James will go because the others did not really crash. Justin Yee out. Himself out. Joshua Michaels out. Guess on the racetrack. Whoop. Woohoo! Actually, we should go onward with Justin Yee simply because of that flip of James Pinter. Now he is coming back actually. There. So, James is also not the person to challenge Anagreg to have survived the most segments, because he has survived for 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he has survived 3 segments, so not even 4. Justin Yee, I'm with him. Will be a short one. There you can see. And watch for James sneaking over on his side, and Justin is thinking like, oh boy. Well, I can see again. Clear visibility. While James Pinter is flipping over right next to him on his side. There he goes. So ladies and gentlemen, those are 3 cars out of the race, and the only driver to his left is John Ciudino in the 72 car. The next driver to enter will be the 30 car over here of Zachary Fitzwater. Ladies and gentlemen, Australian driver. Well, actually, partly. I'm not sure if he is really Australian, but he's driving for Australia Motorsports, or Australian racing team. So, ladies and gentlemen, Fitzwater Australia Racing, I think it was. We're gonna take you to our next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're halfway through this part number 2. And we started off with 6 cars and now we have only 2 cars left. Although we had at 1.4 cars. So, 30 car is next on track, which is the 30 car of Zachary Fitzwater. He's gonna battle with John Ciudadino, but I think they're gonna take it a little bit easier. John Ciudadino, the only one to have survived the previous segment. Jay Pinter taking out 2 other drives and himself. So, in total, if there would be no wrecks today, we would eventually have a segment of 6 cars. And then we'll start the part 3 with 7 cars. But I'm not sure. Well, because of that, I think we are going to have at least one more crash in the elimination. So, because of course we haven't had a crash with 6 cars on the track, but we did have eliminations with 6 cars on track. Actually, we haven't had a 7 car pack on the racetrack, so which means that every time we have had 6 cars, that at least 1 or 2 drivers would have been eliminated, as was today. So, ladies and gentlemen, 72 car on the racetrack, and he's gonna try to bump draft a little bit with Zachary Fitzwater. Maybe they're going to, I'm not sure what they're going to do, what John Ciudadino is thinking. So, we have 2 cars on the racetrack. The person who has survived the longest in this on the racetrack is the 72 car, obviously. Car made by John Ciudadino himself, and he said, well, it is not the best, it looks very simple. I don't know, I gotta say, it is a pretty good looking paint scheme with pink, well, pink, I'm not sure why pink, John. Well, and yellow and blue, but at least it is pretty colorful. It actually might be more colorful than the cars I made for the 3 Apios. So, yeah, but the thing is, those things have I'm not sure exactly what the sponsor is on this thing. Probably, John knows, but I'm not sure really, I've never heard of that company. I knew it, I gotta say, I knew it, but I have no clue what it is. Also, this 30 car, it doesn't really have a bright spot. This looks, somehow I do, how do you call that? I do see this a little bit as an Australian car. For some reason, I have no clue why, but, so, his teammate Henrietta Fitzwater is gonna be coming in part number 3. So, early in part number 3, so I'm not sure. They have to be very, very good in order to make it. The Fitzwaters, 2 of them are in the field. And, well, with that I have already talked for almost 3 minutes straight. I gotta practice that because I have to do that for English in a few moments, and for German as well, although I'm not gonna try to talk German. Ladies and gentlemen, the next entry will be the number 65 car of Isaac Sinclair, the second Sinclair family racing car. Previous one didn't last for long. Let's see how Isaac will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. We welcome the 65 car on the racetrack of Isaac Sinclair, the second driver today of that team to come on the racetrack. Previous one, Justin Yee, did not stay on the racetrack for very, very long. We'll see how Isaac will do. Isaac Sinclair, I'm not sure he is driving the Phillips Cup Series and the Gulf Super Speedway Series, but he has not won a race yet. Although I do remember him winning something, but I'm not really sure. Maybe he won a Shell Dirt Ringer Series race, but I'm not sure. Maybe he won the qualifying race in the Gulf Super Speedway Series. There are so many winners in my races, I cannot remember all of them, except for when it was a very, very special win. And very special win. Well, for example, I still remember Anna Gregg winning at Bristol in season 3 or 4. It was her first win. Just to give an example, John Ciudadino, he won the Daytona 500, and he won the Brickyard 400 in season 4. Oh, and there he's gone! John Ciudadino and also the 3 car, I think, Zachary Fitzwater, they are both gone. I'm not sure, 100% sure about the 30 car. Maybe he stayed with 2 cars on the racetrack, but I don't think so. So, well, 1 car on the racetrack. Isaac Sinclair, 2 cars once again taken out. So these guys are really aggressive today. You see, the further they come to the further we come to the finale, the aggressive more drivers are. I mean, like we have yesterday or part 1, we had a couple of times races with 6 cars. We haven't had that. Since, well, we haven't had that. We have had only 1 race with 6 cars today. Car got taken out. 2 cars got taken out, and then after that, we haven't really had. We have had 6 cars. The maximum was 5 cars. Then it was 4 cars, and now we have 3 cars. We can't get more than 3 cars, seems like this time. So probably next time will be a crash with 2 cars. So, well, maybe they are going to try to eliminate the 65 car. What if they do that? Then we'll have 2 cars on the racetrack next. So they have 46 seconds to do so. And I think Isaac Sinclair is saying, well, you guys are out. I'm gonna take it easy. But you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what John C. Dino's plans are. Our radical driver off the field. Oh, fireworks. Great. There are gonna be a couple of great songs in the next hour, but well. Then I will probably be done when the best one is from the next 1 hour. Which is, well, here I go again from Whitesnake. Also, I do like, I have the Tigers coming. Eve of War, Jeff Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a look at the replays. We have a few seconds to go. Isaac Sinclair survives it. Oh, at least. Bells ringing, ladies and gentlemen. Isaac Sinclair survives it. We're gonna take a look at what happened. John C. Dino and Zachary Fitzwater are out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. John C. Dino in number 72 car is gonna get taken out over here by the 30 car of there, indeed, Zachary Fitzwater, and he also goes on the grass off the racetrack, so both cars are out. Shame, 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 John C. Dino and Zachary Fitzwater. That's tough for them. Well, it was not a perfect elimination for Zachary Fitzwater as he took himself out as well. So let's take a helicopter view. He gets some run, he goes to the outside, or not, well, I think he just tried to get John C. Dino off of the racetrack, but then, well, he did not do the best job he could. So, Isaac Sinclair is the only one to have survived this. We're gonna welcome the next driver, which is the 17 car, the brother or teammate of somebody who has been before in this part as well and was taken out due to an engine problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Cavanaugh in the 17 is up next. Ladies and gentlemen, we're underway again with the 17 car of Mike Cavanaugh on the racetrack. In his CarQuest Oldsmobile, 2 cars on the racetrack. He and Isaac Sinclair only wants to be left on track. So we're recording for 31 minutes, and I gotta say, at one point I was expecting this part not to be longer than 30 minutes. But, well, seems like with all those eliminations and with those crashes, it is gonna last a little bit longer. We have 3 more segments to go, so at least 9 more minutes, that is. Well, would be 8.5 minutes now. And are there gonna be any crashes? Well, maybe not even. But you never know. These guys are so aggressive today. It's really surprising. The first part wasn't that big of a thing with only, 5 cars were eliminated. Only 2 of them crashed. But we already have had like 2 or 3 crashes, I think, today. 2 crashes today. 2 crashes today. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, Baggy Trousers of Madness on the radio. And Mike Cavanaugh is a rookie in this thing. He has never been in one of my series, just like his teammate Henry Cavanaugh. So I'm pleased that they are signed up. So, always welcome new drivers to the series and to the sports. Isaac Sinclair already has been a little bit longer in the series for seconds. I think half a year, maybe a little bit longer. So, of course, we know Justin. Yeah, I think he comes from nnracing.com, just like John C. Dino. I think John C. Dino, I'm not 100% sure, but also Joseph Nesto comes from there. So always, that's a great place, and we know those people over there. They can paint really good cars. I should upload at some point something over there. I wanted to upload. I have plenty of things I can upload. I want to upload, but I'm just too lazy to do it. So maybe at some point I will do it. Of course, I have some great cars. I have some templates which I want to share with you guys. So I have a couple of 2 cars of me are on the website of Joseph Nesta, which is which is Top Notch Racing 62.weebly.com, I think it is. So Mike, I keep on saying Henry Cavanaugh, which is his teammate, of course. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, but once again, I haven't heard anything from him, so Mike Cavanaugh on the racetrack, right behind Ice. I'm wondering where that name comes from, Cavanaugh. It's pretty cool, like it. So, 10 seconds to go. Last time I said that a big crash happened. Well, 3 cars got taken out by Jane Pinter. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome the next driver on the racetrack, the 23 car Ryder Smith, teammate of Nick Pericles. It's entry number 19. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the next car on the racetrack, the 23 car of Ryder Smith, part of Nick Pericles' team. And he is pretty much the second driver now of Nick Pericles. He also will be in the next Golf Super Speedway Series. Starting from now, he will be replacing Brenda Pericles or Amanda Pericles, one of the two. I think both of them are out, so that will mean that there's only one Pericles left, which is indeed Nick Pericles. And so here as well. So Nick Pericles, his teammate, Nick Pericles is already, he has already been, and I think he is out. 83 car, yeah, of course, the 83 car is out. So 23 car, now teammate of him, Ryder Smith on the track. Mike, oh jeez. Mike Cavanaugh, Isaac Sinclair and Ryder Smith on the racetrack. 3 drivers who are secondary drivers of a team. And one is new in his first start, the other one is for the first driver even is new, and the other one has been in multiple races already. So this is one to last segment of this part, 35 minutes, almost 36 minutes gone. How will the next part be? Oh, I'm not sure. We never know what's going to happen, and that's the fun thing of this thing. We don't know if John Cialdino, by the way, is out. I gotta cross him through, and also 30 car out, so it means that the first 16 entries are all out. Interesting. Entries number 17, 18 and 19 on the racetrack. Still Anna Gregg, the person who has survived the most segments, 10 in total. So Ryder Smith taking a look down low on the 65 car. Yeah, passing is happening over here. We don't pay too much attention to passing simply because it's not that important. Well, it might be actually very important eventually for these drivers as in concerning positioning yourself. Because we know, remember Dom Caps a few moments ago, or the beginning of this part, taken out because he was driving high and right behind everybody, so he got taken out. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that is where positioning yourself makes a big difference. And there, John Cialdino, he positioned himself very well when Jane Pinter decided to take out every single person on the racetrack, including himself. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy! And they go off the racetrack, but they save it. The 23 car Ryder Smith saves it as the 17 car goes flying. Mike Cavanaugh has been taken out, and we gotta take a look at the replay. But I think the 23 car of Ryder Smith has a perfect illumination behind his name. The time is up because a wreck has happened. So these 2 cars, I think, have survived. Isaac Clare for sure has. 23 car possibly has, and Mike Cavanaugh unfortunately is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a look at the replays. Another crash over here. Wow, Ryder Smith has just come on the racetrack, and he has a perfect elimination on his name. Look at this. I saw it coming, and then he turns around the 17 car, while he goes a little bit on with 2 wheels below the yellow line. He still remains with the other 2 on the racetrack. The 17 car goes around. Also, Isaac Sinclair with a big save over there. Amazing job by him as well. Both survive it, while Mike Cavanaugh goes flying off the racetrack. He lands on all 4 tires. Perfect landing. That's a perfect landing, I gotta say that. And he continues driving. That's also very much fun. But then he is going to fly again in a few moments. There. Whoop. My goodness. Another perfect landing. Absolutely great. See the car bouncing. Gets on the racetrack again. Hits the wall. Then he's gonna continue. Hits the wall once again. And he keeps on hitting the wall now. We lost him. Where is he? There he is. Driving behind the grandstands. He's gonna go straight through the grandstands now. Comes on the racetrack again. There he goes. Whoop! But unfortunately he's already out, so that's a shame. so it doesn't really help him much. Mike Cavanaugh with, I think, less than 20 seconds to go, because now when I stopped the time, we had 5 seconds to go. Look at this. We're gonna go onward with Isaac Sinclair. Look at this. Perfect view of everything, and he had to dodge everything, so great job by Isaac Sinclair doing that. There you see contact happening, he's like, oh boy. There we go. Oh boy. Mike Cavanaugh goes sideways. And just sneaking through, goes with 2 wheels below the yellow line as well. Saves the car. And there the 17 car goes. Whoop, and he's gone. Amazing job, Ryder Smith. Oops, no, that's the button I was looking for. Look at this. Gets on in the right rear of the 17 car. And there. Taps him. And he loses control, the 17. Mike Cavanaugh does. Slams the brake. A smart move. If he did not do that, he would have probably been out of this thing. So Ryder Smith, already professional, very, very professional move. Not sure if he has experience, but onward with Mike Cavanaugh. He's gonna fly. Gets turned around. Whee! Happy landing. There we go. Boom. And he's gonna continue. Time for you to see some interesting things over here. And he's gonna almost went flying again over here. He's driving straight underneath the people. Oh! Oh, he ran straight through them now. On the racetrack again, so ladies and gentlemen, Mike Cavanaugh, he is out. The other two are still in, so great job by him, by them. Next up will be the last entry of today of this part. It's the 67 car of Debbie Myers on the racetrack. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the racetrack again with the last segment of today. It's the 67 car of Debbie Myers, entry number 20 in her Martini Ford Mustang on the racetrack, together with Ryder Smith and Isaac Sinclair. This car is a car I painted myself. Debbie Myers just received her first win in the Phillips Cup Series just a few weeks ago. Made a chase as well in that series. And I think she won the race last year in the Christmas specials at, well, it was the rally racetrack. So, but not, furthermore, that was the only success till today. Well, winning the Royals could be a big thing of there, but of course she still has to survive for many segments. And the person who has been the longest on the race at the moment, the longest on the racetrack, is the 65 car of Isaac Sinclair, and he has survived 3 segments. So everybody else is out except for, of course, Ryder Smith, and this is just his second segment. Perfect elimination for Ryder Smith together with Anna Gregg and with Dom Caps. So 3 drivers now have perfect elimination. 1. Ryder Smith has to eliminate somebody else, and then he will get 2 perfect eliminations on his name. So that will be big for him. At the moment he's still tied with Dom Caps and Anna Gregg, so what if there's a tie? I'm not sure yet. I think then those people will be starting in 2nd and 3rd position or something, I'm not sure. So, well, Debbie Myers, Isaac Sinclair and Ryder Smith, is there gonna be another wreck today, or are they going to take it easy and wait till part 3 for wrecking, because then we're gonna have the next car. So ladies and gentlemen, 3 cars on the racetrack, all different makes. I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. We have 2 Camaros. Where's that Pontiac Firebird? I'm not even sure. And then 1 Ford Mustang on the racetrack. Ryder Smith, 23 car. Man, I still can't believe that he just eliminated the 17 car a few moments ago. A great job by him it was. Debbie Myers and Isaac Sinclair with less than a minute to go. These 3 drivers, if they continue like this, then they are gonna be part of part 3. So then there's nobody who has been in 3 parts, only in 2 parts, and then it's Anna Gregg. I think the 50 and the 45 car as well, but they got taken out pretty early. 6 car. So not very difficult if you come at the end of 1 part to be in the beginning of the next part as well. It's a matter of surviving the longest. 20 seconds to go. Not a lot of passing. I think they might have been a little bit afraid of the 23 car. Ryder Smith, he has taken out Mike Cavanaugh in such a way that they think, maybe should stay a little bit behind them, but I don't think anything will happen anymore, ladies and gentlemen, which means that this part is over. The bell will ring, and we'll see these 3 drivers in the next part. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dascar Christmas Royals part number 3 will be up tomorrow or something. We'll see 3 drivers will be on the racetrack, these 3 drivers, and the next driver to be on the racetrack is the number 32 car of Henrietta Fitzwater. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Now we'll see you tomorrow with part number 3 of the 2014 Dascar Christmas Royals.